Want to welcome to the program from ABC's Once Upon a Lifetime, Sean Maguire, Robin Hood. Good morning.
Good morning, Rollin. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Are you home up in Canada right now?
I'm not. I'm actually in Los Angeles, California right now.
I'm sorry. Because I was just 2 weeks...
I know it's no Eureka,
Yeah.
but this is where a lot of the press has to be done from today. So I'm actually grateful for an opportunity to get home and see some friends, because I've been in Canada since June. So it's my first time back in California for about 4 or 5 months. So
my wife and I were up in...
It's unseasonably warm here.
It has been. Now, you've got a little bit of rain down in Southern California over the last 24 hours.
Have we?
Well,
I was in California. I flew to Vancouver. I shot for a day, and then I got back on the plane and then flew back here so that I could to do this radio tour this morning.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what my name is or where I come from at this point.
Yeah, that's got to be kind of tough on you, because congratulations to being a dad. You just had a son.
Thank you very much.
And 2 months old, 3 months old at this point?
Yeah, he's 13 weeks today.
Yeah. It's always interesting how we go by weeks and stuff, then pretty soon it'll be months, and pretty soon it'll be like...
That's so funny. I just said this in the makeup trailer about... I guess it must be a year ago. I was talking to some of my fellow actors on the show, and Josh Dallas and Ginny Goodwin, who play Prince Charming and Snow White on the show, have a 15-month-old, and they were saying, oh, he's 14 months. And I said, can I ask you a question? As then not a parent, I said, why do we do that? Does somebody pull you aside when you're going to be a parent and they go, listen, we're not doing years, we just talk about them in months and weeks in some bizarre thing. But I'm starting to realize why, because every week there is a huge change. Month to month there's a huge change, and I guess that's why we sort of talk about them in these sort of more minuscule units of time than just saying, oh, he's one, because there's a big space in between 1 and 2. So it's all becoming clear to me now.
So being a dad so far, and you're probably not home that much, what do you do when you first get home with your son?
Well, my son and my wife are with me up in Vancouver, and with the filming schedule, sometimes you do 4 15-hour days back-to-back, and then you might have 3 days off, because it depends on who the episode is heavily focused on, and if it's a busy episode for you, you're not going to get home much. But it all kind of evens out in the wash over the course of 22 or 23 episodes. So when I get home, the first thing I want to do is just play with him and kiss him and try and make him laugh, because making a baby smile is just, I don't know. I'm not sure if I found anything else quite as gratifying as seeing. I mean, just because there's something honest about when a kid smiles or laughs, even if they don't really know what they're smiling at or laughing about, it's so pure, whereas you can make a joke in the office or whatever and people go, oh yeah, very good, very good. But there's none of that with a baby. They don't care. They don't care whether your joke works or sinks. They're just happy if they're happy, and it just, I don't know, it's one of the better feelings I've ever experienced, that's for sure.
Sean, your son obviously is young right now, but he'll grow quickly, as you'll find out. Have you and your wife even talked about what you would like to see as an ultimate life dream for him, occupation and things to do? I mean, I realize it's so young in his life, but...
No, but I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, I think as parents you do. I mean, once you become parents, they become the kind of the main topic of conversation. And my wife is actually a detective with the Metropolitan Police in London, and I'm an actor. So I lie for a living, and she's a human lie detector. So I'm guessing neither of those occupations would make us both happy. I mean, to be honest with you, the most important thing is that we raise him with a strong moral conscience that he's a good man. I don't care what he does for a living, as long as it makes him happy and that he brings goodness and positivity into the world. I just want him to be a decent man. His occupation is really his choice. I'll support whatever he wants to do. But because I think, I wanted to be an actor. I started when I was 5, and nobody could have told me anything else. So there's really no point. I think when a child makes their mind up, as long as it's something positive. I mean, if you turn around and say, I really want to be a terrorist, I go, you know what? The health benefits are not good. The longevity is not good. I try and talk him out of that. But I think the job as a parent is to guide them and to support them and to let them find their own way in life.
Let me ask,
I don't know. We'll see.
Sean, let me ask you about this. Tanya, your wife, you mentioned, that sounds interesting, her occupation. I'd love to talk to her sometime. But now you have played
Oh, she's
roles.
far more interesting than me. She should be here rather than me. She's got far better stories, and she doesn't run around a forest pretending to be a fictional / legendary character. She's a remarkable woman. I mean, she actually led a team to bring down the largest gun ring in the history of the English police.
Wow.
Her and her team put about 45 very nasty characters behind bars for smuggling and selling illegal guns and stuff. So, yeah, that's why when people say, oh, it's great what you do, and you're amazing, you're on a TV show, I'm like, dude, my wife kicks in doors and locks up bad guys. I pretend to be someone for a living. It's very emasculating being married to a detective.
Let me ask you...
But she also makes me very proud.
Yeah, it sounds like, and I can detect... Oh, we can all tell that. We've got to talk real quick because we're going to run out of time. About Once Upon a Time, the new season's already underway. What year is that now?
We are in season 5. This
Wow.
is the 5th year of the show. Yeah, so it's gone by very quickly. I mean, I wasn't on the show from the very beginning, but... yeah, it's just flying by, and I guess time flies when you're having fun. And we have just such a tremendous cast and crew up there, and it's hard work, the show. Sometimes the 15, 16-hour days, as I've said before. But when you love the people that you're working with, and you're making a product that makes millions of people happy around the world, you got to be grateful and just say thank you, Lord.
If somebody hasn't seen Once Upon a Lifetime, how would you describe it to them? And I mean, obviously this is fairy tale time, but.
Well, Once Upon a Time is exactly that. It's the beginning of a story, and the story really was about all of these fairy tale characters that we've all known from our childhoods: Prince Charming, Snow White, the Evil Queen, Robin Hood, Captain Hook, and it takes those characters and suggests that they were real. And it's a difficult concept to explain, but basically, what if these guys were all real and lived in a real life, but they were punished or cursed for what they did, and then forced to live in our world? If you haven't seen the show and you have a family and you want something that you can watch safely, check it out on Netflix. It's quite a genius concept that Adam and Eddie, our showrunners, have come up with. And also, as I've said many times today, it's quite rare to find a show that the whole family, whether it's children, adults, and grandparents, can all sit and watch together and be entertained without anything too salacious or having to cover the child's ears or eyes. There's not many shows out there that really cater to a whole family, and I love that. As a father, I think it's great to have shows that the family can sit together on the couch and have an hour together, because with social media and the internet and everything, I think families, we're becoming a bit more disjointed. I mean, how many people out there have sat around the dinner table and there's 3 or 4 people at the table on their phone, when we should be talking to each other? So a show like this that allows you to watch something together and then talk about it in the commercial break it's just a positive thing for families, I think. And if I say so myself, I think it's an extremely well-made, highly polished show. So, as I say, it's a wonderful thing to be part of.
John Maguire, we've had some great reviews. People talked about who watched the show and really like it. It's on ABC Sunday nights, 8 o'clock our time, Once Upon a Time.
ABC Sunday night, Once Upon a Time. If you haven't seen it, check it out on Netflix. You can catch up and catch up with where we are.
Next time you guys are on vacation, you, Tanya, Flynn, come on down here to Northern California. We'll show you the redwoods.
I would love to visit in Northern California. I hear it's very beautiful up there.
Sean?
And it's been lovely to talk to you, Rollin.
It has been the same here. Thanks very much. Enjoy your day, and thanks, Sean.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you, sir. See ya.